Science 14, Unit A, we're looking at Section 1.2, describing matter. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space, so basically it's stuff. You are surrounded by matter and of course made up of matter. And we're talking about chemistry here. All chemical substances are considered matter. Particle theory of matter. Theory, just to remind you of the definition of that, a theory is an explanation that has been supported by a lot of experiments or evidence. Matter is made up of atoms, which are like tiny particles. That's the first statement of the particle theory of matter. All particles in a pure substance are the same, and there are spaces between the particles. Particles are always moving. They move faster when they have more energy. Notice that heat is different from temperature. Temperature is, well, we'll talk more about the difference between those a little later. And the particles in a substance are attracted to each other. So those are the statements of the particle theory of matter. Matter exists in three basic states: as a solid, where the particles are packed tightly together, can't move very much. Solids tend to keep their shape. As a liquid, particles are touching but can move past each other. They take the shape of their container but generally won't expand or contract a significant amount, although they will if the temperature changes. And the third state of matter is a gas. Particles are far apart, moving fast or fairly fast. Gases will expand to fill their container. There's a fourth state of matter called plasma. It only exists at very high energies or temperatures, such as in the sun or in the little pixels in a plasma TV. But you can look that up maybe on Wikipedia. Plasma is like a gas, except that the atoms have broken apart into protons and electrons. So basically it's a very high energy gas where it's got so much energy that the electrons have been stripped from the atoms. Matter can be identified and classified based on its physical and chemical properties. Physical properties are the ones that describe the characteristics of a substance, such as color, texture, boiling point, things that you'd observe just about the substance itself. Chemical properties describe how a substance can react with other things, such as how flammable it is, for example. And we have a table here of some physical properties. Would be shape, color, state at room temperature, whether it's a solid, liquid, or gas. Freezing temperature, boiling point, the texture, how hard it is, the smell, conductivity, flexibility, density. Those things are all physical properties describing the substance itself, and chemical properties describing or relating to interactions. So how it reacts with other substances, or if it reacts with other substances, how easily it catches fire and burns, if there's a color change or temperature change or whatever in a reaction, and the rate of a reaction if it's reacting with something. So those would be all chemical properties. And that's the end of section 1.2.